I shared a video earlier today on across my social platforms that a wedding photographer here in Toledo took over the weekend that appears to be from the heights at the Renaissance Hotel, looking out over the river, looking out towards the bridge, that could possibly be a UFO. And obviously, this is radio. You can't see the image. If you go to my socials, it's posted there. And thanks to Shot by Shay, who I don't know her, so I can't speak to the validity of this or whether or not she manipulated lights or the camera. Obviously, she's a photography expert, so there are probably tricks that you could pull. But Shot by Shay, I'm going to trust her and take her at face value and say she happened to catch this video out over the river on Saturday or Sunday night from the heights. And you see a white light off in the distance that's hovering, that's stationary, and suddenly it shoots at a right angle at a remarkably fast speed away. So I posted that video. When I saw it, I said, I need somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about to chime in on what this might be, if it is a UFO. So I reached out to Nick Pope, who actually investigated UFOs for the British Department Ministry of Defense. You've also seen him, I'm sure, on Ancient Aliens. Nick Pope is joining me now on the Scott Sand Show. We're also going to talk about another big UFO story that's circulating in the news this week. Nick, it's great to have you back on.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, good to be on.
So I sent you this video. What do you make of this? Does it look like other UFO videos that you've seen?
It's similar, but I have to say it's a really intriguing one. And absolutely, the speed of this thing is phenomenal. That's what got my attention. If this is genuine, and like you, I have to take the photographer at face value, but these days with AI, you can do a lot. But if this is for real, the acceleration is extraordinary.
I've never seen anything shoot off that fast. We do have the 180th fighter wing here. But I don't know that F-16s can, well, they can't hover. Even if that, I guess it could be coming straight towards the camera and then shoot away in a different direction. But F-16s can't make a right angle turn like that without killing the pilot with a G-force.
No, and if it had been an aircraft operating in that area, you would think it would have taken the roofs off right across town.
Yeah, there were so many interesting things about this video. Here's what I keep coming back to, and you've been investigating and studying UFOs for a long time with your time with the Ministry of Defense, and we've talked about some of your remarkable stories and findings over the years. The thing I keep coming back to, though, Nick, is that if there is intelligent life on another planet, and I believe there absolutely could be, I think there's life on another planet, if they've developed the technology for interstellar travel to go from one solar system to another, and they're here visiting us, and they don't want to be necessarily known, why would they turn on an external navigation light? That's the thing I keep coming back to, is that if we are being visited by aliens, why are they turning a light on?
Sure, it's a good question, and we can only come at it from an anthropocentric point of view. With us, we think, oh well, it's maybe an anti-collision light or a searchlight or something like that, but we don't know. Let's suppose for a moment we were dealing with something genuinely extraterrestrial. That light could be, for example, the byproduct of its energy source or propulsion system. So we're really just in the realms of guesswork.
So as you're watching the video, and let's assume it's not AI, that it's not a trick with a light or a trick with the camera, is that motion anything that could be anything man-made? I don't think it could be a drone. I don't think it could be an F-16. Is there anything that it might be?
Well, I guess it could be a next generation drone, something that hasn't yet been publicly declared. But, while it's impossible to estimate the exact speed, I'd have to say I'm pretty surprised that something like that wouldn't generate a sonic boom. So again, I think that the challenge now is let's try and triangulate. We've got the video. Let's try and triangulate the position of this and maybe track down some other witnesses. Good old-fashioned boots on the ground detective work for the local branch, probably of the Mutual UFO Network.
Yeah, I don't know if MUFON has gotten a hold of this yet or not. I'll see if I can find somebody locally with MUFON to turn them on to this. But it seems like you're intrigued by what you've seen from this video taken here in Toledo.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we'll have to continue to have a conversation about that, and I'll let you know what I'm able to find out from the photographer shot by Shay, if you want to find her on Instagram as well. As you talk about the possibility for new drone or aerial technology that we, the public, aren't aware of yet, the most alarming story about UFOs that I've seen in the past week has to do with our military bases. Apparently, fleets of dozens of mysterious UFO drones are possibly surveilling America's most sensitive military sites, and the Pentagon says there's not much they can do to stop it. Do you think those could be aliens, or is this a foreign adversary?
Well, there are three possibilities with this. Number one, it's hobbyist drones. Number two, it's, as you say, adversary drones, probably China or Russia. And number three is that it's something else, something completely exotic, unknown, possibly even extraterrestrial. And none of these are mutually exclusive. You can have all of the above, or 2 out of 3. Right. But I guess, look, whatever it is, flying where it is makes it a defense and national security issue.
Yeah, I should point out one of the bases that's being surveilled by these mysterious UFO drones, or what are we calling them now? UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon, I think is the correct term today. One of the sites is at Naval Station Norfolk, which is where the Navy's SEAL Team 6 Commando Unit trains. So that's somewhat alarming. Nick, you've studied, you've worked with the Ministry of Defense for Britain. I sent a text to one of my friends in the CIA who has also investigated UFOs and worked with the Pentagon on this, and the response I got back from him was, this is more common than the Pentagon wants to acknowledge. So this is probably more happening more often than we care to admit, and we're just now learning about it.
Correct. Yes, the default position with these military bases is don't talk to the media unless you have to. And so, yeah, we know that before the incident that we're discussing now, just a couple of weeks earlier, there was an incident in Nevada where some drones were seen over a Department of Energy nuclear facility. Again, you know, if that isn't a national security issue, what is? So, and drone, this is the other thing. Drone has become, I mean, it's important we talk about drones, but it's become almost like a shorthand for anything in the sky that people can't identify. And there is still some stigma about reporting UFOs or UAP. So a lot of people in the military just say, oh, I saw a drone. And that's all right then. But we have to find out what it is, and Congress needs to look at this. And to be fair, they are. Yeah,
Congress was investigating. I think that's the last conversation that you and I had was during the congressional hearings, and then suddenly radio silence. We haven't heard much from the aftermath of those hearings. Are they suppressing more information than they've let us see as the public?
There may be some classified briefings going on behind closed doors. There was an aspiration to hold another congressional hearing on November 13th. I don't know whether that's a definite go or not. And of course, the upcoming election has put a lot of this on hold. But I think after that, whichever way it goes, we can expect to see more from Congress on this, and hopefully more public hearings.
Neither of the candidates is talking about aliens or UFOs, and I feel like it's not getting enough attention.
No, wouldn't it be great though? The ultimate October surprise, right. Aliens.
Right, that would be. You know, it's 2024. I'm not sure I would be surprised at all by that. We've had Donald Trump say he was going to open the files on the JFK assassination. Open the files on UFOs. We want to know, are we actually just slaves to an alien race like they portrayed in the X-Files? That's what I want to know about.
Me too. Yeah, time to tell the people.
Nick Pope here on the Scott Sand Show. Find him on social media. Find him on Twitter at Nick Pope MOD. Did I get that right? Yeah. My eyes are going bad. Nick Pope, MOD, worked with the Ministry of Defense, and you'll see him on Ancient Aliens, some of the other shows, as an expert on this. Nick, it's always great to get your insight. I appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you very much. Great to talk to you.